Hey guys, Achilles here with another video. Sorry, I'm a little bit under the weather, so if you hear deep and nonsense, it's my voice. Don't touch your headsets. Today I'm gonna be pretty much talking about PTR and my experiences so far, and give you my thoughts on the changes and what it could mean for our season 17 or non-season regardless. So I don't have enough time to demonstrate every single build that is affected, but I can explain some and I can demonstrate one. So let's check the patch notes first, if we could. Is that a patch notes? That's a patch notes, there you go. Alright. God, my voice is gone. Here we go. Alright. So I'm gonna actually go through the whole patch notes. So basically they added Torment 14, 15, 16, which is what, level 65, 70 and 75, I think. This is good. There's a problem with this. I love them adding extra torments, not just because of numbers. I don't care about those numbers. Could have been T10, but the extra materials, extra death breath, and the extra goddamn key would have helped us. But unfortunately, with 3 torments, we get 1 extra DB through the entire thing, not every level. That's funny, right? So at T16, for example, we get between 3 to 4 DBs. What? And keys, we get, I think, 2 guaranteed with a chance of 3rd one, which is absolutely disappointing. So, to be honest, they just added numbers. In my opinion, not a great change. I wouldn't have done this. I would have changed exactly what we had, added more materials, more keys, and just kept it as such. We don't want to reach T300, you know, it's just... Anyway, gotta go quick. Don't want to be this a long video. Portals left by treasure goblins may occasionally lead somewhere utterly ridiculous. You're right, it is utterly ridiculous, because it gives you a Cal level. Literally, you go into a Cal level. Using an ancient or primal puzzle ring in a canized cube will produce a new result. I will demonstrate this. I think I do have 1 or 2 ancient. Through my experience so far, there's no difference between ancient or primal. Literally the same. But in the ancient one, you get basically there are no mobs. It's just goblins. Just as if you had a gob pack. Let's put it that way. Party portrait is now displayed if the player's cheat death buff has been recently used. Great change. So now, in your group, you could see if your wizard, your RGK, has procced, rather than them telling you. When a boss is killed, an ephemeral permanent ping mark at their location. That's good when you're doing T13 or T16. In a group, so they don't need to constantly flag for you where the boss is. This is an automatic thing now. There's some like graphic changes to the boss notification, greater rift notification, and greater rift completion. That's good. There's some small changes they haven't actually put in here. I was testing, like, for example, Necro. There is now an indicator of what mob you actually commanded. There's a sort of like MTG Azorius mark is like a triangle underneath the mob you commanded. So there's some graphic changes. They haven't put all of them here. It's pretty neat. Rift is already in progress. Players who join the game will still unable to join the game. Yeah, so basically you can still join a group while they're doing a greater rift. The progress bar, this is good. Progress bar now is shown everywhere. So let's say you're in a group and or join a group that they're already doing a grader. If you could see how far they are in. Prior to this, you couldn't see if you were, for example, in town or anywhere beside in the grader. If you couldn't see the grader progress bar. All right. Quality of life. Ugh, this broke my heart. This used to be, oh, we gave you 5 additional stash tabs, much needed ones. But now they're gating these stash tabs behind the seasonal journey. So basically, if they give you 1 stash per season, for those 5 stash tabs, if a season's around, well, this one was 5 months, but usually they're about 4 months, 3.5 to 4.5 months. They're usually, you know, shorter, but with the gap in between the seasons, put them all together, it's between 20 to 25 months. So they expect you to wait a goddamn 2 years to get 5 stash tabs. Just leave it to you. I fucking hate it. I think this is just, what did they say here? Utterly ridiculous. So, not to mention, all the console players get those stash tabs just buying it for free, pretty much, with gold. Set functionality has been added to the stash. This is good, but I expected more. Like, let me show you. Look at this. I mean, I thought it's a PoE style search, or like, let's see, okay. Once convention of elements, for example. Look what it does. It just puts an overlay of gray on your tab. It doesn't bring conventions. That means you have to go through every single tab. Oh, there they are. I mean, yeah. I'll pass. We have all crafts. Crafters now have an expand collapse. This is good when you were crafting multiple items. You needed to go and close each one. Now you can close all at once. Most bounty indicators show immediately. This is great. So basically, when you go to a bounty area, you either can't remember or you don't know where the area is. Instead of you searching for almost 5 minutes and then it shows where it is on the minimap, it will show you immediately where to go. Death Breath. This one is hilarious. Death Breath now drops in heroic caches. Basically the bounty caches. I thought, wow, that's a great change. That means if someone's just solely farming mats, he can just do bounties. He will get, you know, the normal material items, yellow, blue, and white, and he'll get some legendaries. He also gets bounty materials. Now they're adding DBs as well. Perfect. You get 6 death per case. Sorry, is it per case or per whole bounty set? I think it's about 6 per whole bounty set. It's so, like, if you want it to be relevant, I think 60 is a number you want to start, not 6. Like in T16, an elite drops 3 to 4. So 2 elites will cover a bounty run of DBs. I mean, why? Why even add it if you want to put it at a number that ridiculous? Anyway. So they say we are aiming to address some of the longest standing and most desired quality of life features that the community had brought us. Yes, the community wanted the stash tabs. Like, let's say this dude wants to play non-season. So in order to get this stash tab, he has to play the seasonal journey, get 1 stash tab, not immediately, wait for the season to end. So he gets his stash tab after 5 months. Am I missing something here, or? Well, I guess this is a change that Timmy, the only intern that working on Diablo, brought forwards, but I would have made the stash tab exactly as the Switch. Basically, the whole console group was just with gold, buy it with gold. Anyway, seasons. The season journey journal now display all chapters regardless of current progression. This is good, so basically you would know what you need to do ahead of the time. If you forgot, you don't need to go to various websites to check. You immediately can click on the seasonal journey top right of your screen and do maybe the ones that are ahead of your progression and you're currently on them or close to doing so. There's a new reward for completing the entirety of Season Journey, Guardian. For Season 17, Galactic Wings. Reskin. Added the buff for Season 17. Basically, they added Legacy of the Nightmare set bonus for Season 17. Pretty neat. Honestly, I was hoping they make this change regardless of the season of whatever they're gonna name it. I think Season of Legacy of the Nightmare. I was hoping that this becomes an innate passive to every single class. Like basically they removed the LON set. Like LON promoting a non-set variation of builds. Like it tells you don't wear a set and it's a set by itself. I thought they should just remove the rings and make this a passive for every class. But hey, maybe they want to test it for a season and then do it. This is gonna be basically LON would be a passive for every class. Great, a lot of builds gonna emerge from this, or a lot of builds that are not viable will become powerful. Some classes won't even benefit from this, but a lot of classes will. For example, if you check my one of my previous videos, there's a LON Condemn build. With 2 extra rings, LON Condemn build can use Obsidian, Unity, and COE. So it will be strong. I'll leave a definitely I will leave a link down below so you guys can see that video. Now to the real changes, the items. Bottomless portion of the unfettered, yeah, I guess, become immune to control impairing effects for 5 to 7 seconds after drinking this potion. Great potion for classes that lack basically immunity, like for example Jade, Firebat, Witch Doctor, or Wizard, Archon, the basically reverse Archon, the Archon that like LON Archon, LON 32 or 48, the ones that do damage outside of Archon solo, or any class that doesn't have, like for example that Akarat, that like Gen Monk. You do not use Epiphany, so therefore you don't have that immunity. So this potion will help you to actually do your big portion of damage, which could be your COE cycle, without the fear of getting knocked back, frozen, feared, or stunned. There's a problem with it, just like a lot of other potions, like the wall potion, the Kool-Aid. This potion does not activate if you're at full HP. So that is a problem. Please fix it. This is a great addition to the potions, but again, just like the wall potion, it's useless when you're full HP. Icon's Leniency. This actually brought a dead build, pretty much, back to life. Icon Leniency is a two-handed flail. I believe that for the Captain America build, the Blessed Shield build, you cube it. So now, instead of every time you hit an enemy with your Blessed Shield, the damage of Blessed Shield increased by, used to be 20% for 3 seconds, now it's 100%. So they basically increased it 5 times, 400% multiplier literally added to the build just from this. And since this was the biggest multiplier because it was per enemy, just made the build blow out of proportion. Pretty good change. This will actually make Captain America, because it used to be played with a con set, now you can play it with LON set with the LON theme. Makes this build ridiculous. So it's, I think, by far the strongest Crusader build on Season 17. Well, they also changed the shield from 300 to 400%, just a 25% damage increase here. It's not bad. Makes this build really good at Season 17, and after Season 17, this build will become unplayable, cause you don't have that damage reduction. You need that. Well, basically with Unity and I keep forgetting the name of it. The shield ring. Let me find this. I'm recording this as I'm actually live streaming, so I cannot edit this. I believe Justice Lantern. There you go. So you need the Justice Lantern. You need COE. You could use Obsidian or Unity. But without those 3 rings, when you go back to the current LON, this build becomes unplayable. So I hope they make this setup, like basically this seasonal buff, just a buff, just a permanent buff. Just remove the LON rings. They're nonsense. It's a non-set build. Why it is even a set by itself? I don't get it. Okay. Next change is Blood-Tide Blade. Blood-Tide Blade was a 2-handed scythe that gave you 100% damage, now 400% damage per enemy hit within 25 yards. 25 yards is almost half of your screen. It's double the Sank size of the Sank, Blessing of Sanctuary. Well, it's damage. Okay, that was not the problem with this weapon. This weapon didn't like damage. There was another problem. I'll explain to you. Blood-Tide Blade change. Damage for Death Nova. Great. Iron Rose. Attacking with Siphon Blood, basically cast a free Blood Nova. Now it's 100% chance, so if you just cast Siphon Blood, you will get procs of Blood Nova. Which is basically, you can combine it with this one, Blood-Tide Blade. Okay, so let's think about this. What else increases the damage of Death Nova? So you guys can see this, right? I believe you do, yeah. First item, Scythe of the Cycle. Great! So we have a one-handed scythe that we can put with that offhand and cube that Blood-Tide Blade. Perfect, 400%. Death Nova is a secondary. Boom. Nice. What else? Because we still need... This is literally just 2 multipliers. We need more. We need more. Otherwise the build doesn't perform well. So Blood-Tide Blade, Scythe of the Cycle. Nyria's Black Death. So basically we can use another 2-handed scythe if we use a poison rune. Like Blight. Huh. So we have 3 weapons? I don't know. But we can't use this. Let's check out next. Iron Rose, the offhand we use. What is this? It's a Siphon Blood. There is a one-handed scythe called Funerary Pick, I think, which increases the number of targets you can channel Siphon Blood on. Basically, it increases it by 2 more, so you get 3 Iron Rose procs. It's literally 3 times damage. It is a 200% multiplier. Can I use it? It's another weapon. Oh, okay. Let's check something else. Do you guys remember the Tragul weapon? That's another weapon. 200% damage to enemies that he already cares. So what do I have? Tragul weapon, Funerary Pick, Iron Rose. Nyria's Black Death, and Scythe of the Cycle. Unless I'm playing an octopus, I cannot wield 5 weapons, so this is just poor design. You see, we didn't need the damage from this Blood-Tied Blade. We needed these damage increase multipliers, which are generic. They're not just tied to the Death Nova. They're just flat damage increase. But they're all weapons. Just maybe spread them. Make it per boots, pants, I don't know, chest. So 5 weapons, you can't use 5 of them. Useless change. I mean, this just shows that whoever making these changes don't even play the game, so they're not even aware of what is the issue. Why people are not using my weapon? Because they can't. Because the other items that complement the build don't fit together. They don't fit in one character. Therefore, I'm not gonna go furthermore. It just frustrates me that I see these changes and I don't see changes to other items. So make this work. Carnevil, one of my favorite changes. Instead of 5 fetishes, now the 10 fetishes closest to you will shoot a powerful poison. This powerful poison is a 250% weapon damage increase. So basically 250% multiplier. And then they doubled it. So this is really good. They doubled the damage of Carnevil. It's still not enough. So what did they do? They added a 500% damage increase to the Dagger of Darts. So Dagger of Darts used to be just your fetish's pierce. So basically the poison darts, your poison darts and fetish's poison darts, they used to just pierce, so you could use area damage and hit more targets basically. Now they added a 500% damage to it. Through my testing, I realized this 500% was just a number on the weapon and didn't affect your fetishes. It affected you. That's the funny part. I mean, if it affected your damage, even it would have been transferred to the pets, but it's just your dart, not even your damage. So I hope they fix it, because I mean, this is nonsense. So far that 100% damage increase is pretty good on Carnevil, but this 500% I haven't tested it yet because it's still bugged. I guess bugged. I'm pretty sure it's not intended. So once they add this to the build, we're gonna be seeing Carnevil build, basically the poison dart build, with Zunimasa set to be somewhat north of 120 something, like 124 maybe. It's still lower than Jade, still probably lower than Firebat, maybe closer to LON, but no longer on a 112 journey. You go up like at least 10 tiers, which is good, and I hope they continue buffing other sets that are underperforming so we can see diversity. The last change, which is a good quality of life change to be honest, is the Sage's set. It now doubles the amount of DBs you get instead of giving you 1 more. So while you were getting 2 in T13 and this was making it 3, now in T16 hilariously you get 3 to 4, only 1 extra. So this doubles it. Now you get 6 to 8 DBs. So I'm pretty sure with this change no one's gonna be liking DBs. It's just literally double amount of DBs. That is a huge amount of death breath that we can farm and stack up, because that's the only thing we can stack, because other stuff needs a space and we don't have the space. Stash tabs, please. No. Alright, I put this quickly together. I was trying to get a better weapon, but I can't, so I put this this Chanto the Resolve change Oh, by the way, check this out. Did we miss it? Oh, I didn't even read it, my bad. Chantodo's will... Timmy! Chantodo's will is the weapon. Chantodo's force is the offhand, the source. And Chantodo's resolve is the set. I mean, they don't even care. Like, look at this, Chantodo's will. So basically, change to Chantodo's resolve. Every second while in Archon form, you expel a wave of destruction dealing... It used to be 1000 as 4000 weapon damage. So basically, they added a 300% multiplier. You get 4k weapon damage for every wave to everything within 30 yards. Now, while you're not in Archon form and you hit enemies, another stack is added to this wave of destruction, 4k, up to 20 stacks. So basically, this can be 80k weapon damage, pulse. That still was okay, but there's no other multiplier to this entire set, so who cares? And then they added this, which just made the build viable, even GR push viable. Now Web of Destruction takes scales with attack speed. No longer takes every second. It now scales with attack speed. That means when you play it with a setup like this, when you play it in Veer, if you read the 4 set bonus, it says Archon stacks increase your attack speed, armor and resistance by 1%. So when you get a lot of Archon stacks, which you do with Veer, because of the previous change to the 6-piece bonus, you essentially hit the attack speed cap. So when you hit like 5 attack speed, this wave of destruction from Chantodo's resolve will hit 5 times a second. So 80k weapon damage 5 times a second. This essentially is 400% multiplier they added to the set just by adding that it scales with attack speed. This made this build viable. So the area that it hits, you can see this Chantodo's resolve. Team, it's not will. Chantodo's will is the weapon. Will stack up, and you can see the number here. So basically, we have to use 6-piece Veer set. We use Fizula. We use... Okay, we weren't, but we have to now. We use Swami. Obsidian, Ring of Zodiac. Not Grand Visor. Furnace. So Obsidian, Swami, Furnace. COE, Obsidian, just so we can get back to Archon, so we can get double stacks of Archon. And 6-piece Veer is a must, so we can get those stacks of Archon. It's fairly simple. We use Traveler's Pledge, Compass Rose, and we use Chantodo's Resolve. So this set is fairly simple. How does it work? We gain our stacks by spamming one of our spenders, which is, well, we're going to use Arcane Torrent, Static Discharge, because it has the highest proc coefficient. So basically we proc Obsidian ridiculously fast with attack speed. We get cooldown everywhere. We don't need area damage. This is a proc stone, proc usually. So area damage doesn't work. So cooldown, crit, hit damage, and crit is what we want. If we have extra options like rings, use weapon damage. So I'm using cooldown everywhere. And I'm using the Cold Rune. Why? When you go into Archon with the Cold Rune, the slow time, as you can see, basically our abilities, while we pop the slow time, our abilities freezes enemies, proc our APDs, saves our asses. Plus we're using Teleport Calamity, so while we're trying to get back in Archon, after we drop Archon, this will help us stun enemies, so APDs procs, and saves us again. Because we don't have any damage reduction but the set piece and APDs. And we're going to be using Black Hole Absolute Zero. What does it do? It's like, just like a Spell Steal, Absolute Zero gives us 3% cold damage but lasts 10 seconds. So right before we go into Archon we press it, and for the next 10 seconds we get cold damage. the same thing you have on your gear. Basically, you get elemental damage. How much? 3% per enemy hit. That's a lot of damage that we can gain from that. Energy armor, force armor. Since we don't have any other ring slot, we can't use any of the other armors to gain damage reduction. Force armor is the best one. It basically stops us from getting one shot so long we have enough health. This will stop big hits to kill us, to basically reduce the damage we take to 35% of our maximum life. So if I'm running a million health, a hit is about to hit me for 900k, it will be reduced to 350k, yeah. And also gives us some armor. 35% armor, pretty great. Magic weapon deflection, all of our hits gives us a shield. And our passives, cheat death, unstable anomaly, evocation. We need the cooldown for Archon, audacity. All of our damage is within 30 yards, so this is the choice of our damage multiplier. I'm using Illusionist. The fourth passive is free choice. You can use whatever you want. I'm using Illusionist because when I'm out of Archon, I want this teleport to proc every time I take even 15% of my health, so I can teleport away from danger. I don't want to die. And gems, we will be using Gogok, Swiftness, Attack Speed, Cooldown, Dodge. Exactly what we need. Bane of the Trap, our damage multiplier, and Stricken for the boss. I have not played this set. I was playing Zader, so it's the first time I'm playing this. Let's try it. 115 should be fine. I'm just getting the stacks, as you can see. I think that's the right play. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's go into Archon. I mean, it's not bad. I still don't have a double Archon, and I'm just gaining stacks so far. Oh, actually, this is better than I expected. So I want to reset and quickly go back in here. Okay, you guys can see the absolute dominance of this thing ticking. It's just not. Oh my god. Okay, I made a mistake here. What I did not get my 20 stacks. I instantly went back into Archon. It's not that bad. You guys can see the attack speed. It's dominating. Conduit. Alright. I go in with 20 stacks. I want that maximum weapon damage. Okay, there is a problem. I don't know if you guys notice it. If you look at the tick rate, it updates the moment. Yeah. It updates the moment I go into Archon. So it doesn't update dynamically. Like, I am getting more stacks of Archon right here, right? That means I'm getting more attack speed. It doesn't give me that more attack speed. So it doesn't update dynamically. It basically sort of snapshots or update statically on whatever attack speed I had. So this is the attack speed I have. This is the tick I'm gonna get, and even if I get double of this attack speed, the wave doesn't update. It continues to hit with the same attack speed that I initially had, and I used it. That's disappointing. Hopefully it is not intended. What the hell happened to my music? Make sure you have this bubble activated. It's hard to see, but wow, it's so easy to get 20 stacks when you have attack speed, high attack speed. You want to have this bubble activated because that is what causes you to freeze enemies, therefore APDs. Double Archon pretty much means yikes. Again, I did the same thing. This is the lag from an A server, because I'm in Australia and remember, when you're an Archon, you get oh shit. You get a stack from both your number 1 and either your beam or your punch, like this. Oh, headbutting, look at that attack speed. Look at my character spazzing with the headbutt. Yeah. Oh shit, shouldn't I press that? Should I waited until I go at least back into this nonsense? Believe me, I'm pressing this. Look at this, 242 ping. This should be enough to kill all of these. Yep. Just like always, we get a source. Yeah, because of channeling, we already have what we want. All we want is that quick. Remember, any hit procs obsidian. Procs Cantodo's results. So if you have a spare arcane power to spend, use Black Hole. Double proc it. So you get maximum. I'll show you now, actually. Oh shit. Look. That black hole gave me 20 boom. These ticks are ridiculous. I'm gonna be using punch on this guy, so because it's has a little bit higher proc coefficient than the beam. Remember, each attack will give you a stack. As you guys can see, my stacks are going higher and higher and higher. By just pressing this Ice Blast, punch, or this, or the wave. So hitting enemies with the blast from Archon and punch or the beam at the same time give me 2 stacks. So keep attacking pretty much. This is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We'll be definitely coming back to these builds and different changes if they make different changes on PTR. If not, we'll wait and try these on the week following the end of this season, which is going to be prior to the next season, but the PTR is already implemented. Thank you very much for watching. I'll leave a link down below to LON Seder and also Zunimasa, basically Witch Doctor, so you guys can check those out. Basically these changes complement those builds. It's pretty much the same gameplay. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next week. I forgot, and you gotta excuse me because I'm sick today. But I promise to show you guys this ridiculousness. And here we go, Ancient Puzzle Ring. Well, you guys can see, they're all treasure goblins. That's the thing. They haven't been anything but treasure goblins. So, it's just instead of mobs, we got treasure. What is this nonsense? You guys see the attack speed of, by the way, the attack speed of this web of force doesn't change, it's dynamic. It's not dynamic. That's a ton of DBs and mats, oh my god. Well, to be fair, this is PTR and we will get extra legendaries, extra everything. But we don't get extra mobs. So these goblins will be here, even though it is PTR. So if you get an ancient ring, primal ring, puzzle rings, this this is this could be actually a faster way of getting materials than T16. Look at this. Oh, I forgot there's still one more here. Like, look at this. 24 DBs. Yeah, this is I don't know, I wish they were different goblins. You guys know what I mean? Like, properly, just like a gob pack, different goblins, not just treasure goblins. But still, I mean, oh, Snitchley, that was a different goblin. Wizard had amulet. That was a unique goblin. And I believe that goblin is only a part of this. Let's see. Come on, fatty. I don't think we need many stacks to kill them. It's greed. So the boss didn't change, but we got a lot of goblins. Well, obviously we get more legendaries just because of this PTR buff, but I believe this. I mean, this is a good change. Don't get me wrong, but I wish it was just different goblins, like blue goblin, material goblin, like bloodshot goblin, like not just treasure goblin, but it's still nonetheless a good change. Added value to these ancient puzzle rings or primal ones. It's not just another ring. But yep, thank you. Sorry I forgot that. Don't forget to subscribe.